Welcome to this video. It's all about the ID4Motion digital cluster for, in this case, the BMW Z4 E89. This is my 3.5 IS UK right-hand drive. A colleague of mine in Italy has got the same colour 3.5 IS in left-hand drive. He's currently fitting an ID4Motion cluster to his car as well. As you can see, I've actually got the whole dashboard out, and in front of me you can see the original analog cluster, and you can see there the ID4 version installed. Ignore the film with the tape on it. That's the protective film. This is a test fit for reasons that you'll see in due course. The primary issue with this is that the panel that they use for this is exactly the same physical panel that they use in E90s, X5s and other cars with much larger dashboards. So for most cars, the amount of fit and trimming is actually very minimal, but with the Z4 it's unfortunately quite a bit different. What you can see also is that in the case of the Z4, there appears to be a separate top cowl for the instrument panel, which is actually screwed to the base of the main instrument panel. So I'll just turn it over so you can see what it looks like underneath. So we've turned it over, and as you can see, here's the bottom of the dash. There's the passenger airbag. Here are some of the vents for the demist on the front, and here's the ID4 cluster. As you can see when you start to have a look, we've had to cut away a large amount of the plastics that were originally in place. This is because the unit itself is probably half an inch to an inch bigger all the way around than the original cluster, and it's also larger at the back than it is at the front. If we look at the original cluster, you can see that it's pretty much the same size or slightly tapered, so it fits relatively easily, whereas we've had to cut away here. There was an entire area of plastic, so we've had to cut that away. And if we look down, we can see that the top part of the instrument panel is fixed to the rest of the dashboard by 6 screws, 2 screws here, 1 tucked in there, 1 there, and 2 at the front, which are easily accessible. ID4's fitting instructions say that you can do this with the dashboard in place, and you can take these screws out and proceed with it. The recommended strategy is to fit the whole cluster to the top cowl and then retrofit the top cowl. The problem is actually how do you get to the screws when it's in place. My colleague in Italy managed to get them out, but he is now looking at gluing the top cowl back onto the top, because trying to get the screws back in after with the dashboard in place is close to impossible. I'll be planning to fit the various cables, the main system cable here, the video feed for the camera, and the USB feed for updates, all on extension leads, which will then hopefully allow me to fit it back in. As it is, these 2 screws or 2 holes here are supposed to be to fit this dash to the rest of the bulkhead, and clearly that's not going to be physically possible, so I'll cover that when I can. So, you know, in summary, it looks like a great idea, but certainly it's very time consuming and tricky to fit. I estimate I've spent probably about 9 elapsed hours trying to fit it, probably 25-30 attempts to fit it, and then find it's catching on various places. So I'll do an update shortly.